4, which are illegal possession of firearms and ammunition, driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, possession of and dealing in drugs, and sexual offenses detected by the police are supposed to increase as a result of police action or detection. The 17 community-reported serious crimes have continually decreased during the last half of the 10-year period from 2007-2008 to 2016-17 under consideration in this crime of statistics for the 2016-17 financial year. However, the contact crime figures, which generally reflected a fairly consistent decrease during the first of the 10-year period under discussion, have increased over the preceding three financial years. In the financial year under review, a reversal is observed and a decrease was recorded. Despite the decrease in this financial year, some of the individual categories, such as murder and robbery with aggravating circumstances, have over the past 4 financial years tended to reflect an upward trend. Among the contact crimes, robberies are still of particular concern. Robbery is not only considered a more policeable crime than the other contact crimes, but also increasingly considered as an important contributor to the other contact crimes. Allow me to make an example. A simple robbery becomes serious when a weapon is used in the process, or when assault occurs, or a murder or rape occurs during the said robbery. So robbery must be treated as serious focus area. Some of the subcategories of robbery with aggravating circumstances, namely the trio crimes, carjacking, house robbery, and business robbery, including hijackings, which are to a greater extent organized in nature. Analysis conducted by the national and provincial offices revealed that most of, particularly the trio crimes, are organized crimes in nature and need a different approach to crime combating. I have emphasized the need for intelligence-led crime prevention and fighting plans. Division of Crime Intelligence should play a vital and prominent role in our approach. Research has further shown that the majority of contact crimes are social in nature and occur among people who know one another. It is for this reason extremely difficult, if not possible in some cases, for the SAPs alone to reduce or prevent the levels of such crimes. This calls for structured partnership with other stakeholders such as the Department of Social Development, non-governmental organizations, community policing, community safety, and everyone in our society, each citizen. Findings during preceding financial years and the current financial year's analysis reveal that the role of alcohol, drugs, and firearms in the commission of crime is predominant and requires multi-sectoral special attention. Research findings not only indicate that the notable number of victims and perpetrators were under the influence of alcohol or drugs during the commission of particularly the social contact crimes, but also indicate the role of dependency on such substances as motivation to commit other crime and property-related crime in particular. I wish to emphasize the need to involve the society at large in campaigns to create awareness about the dangers of substance abuse and alcohol abuse. In the financial year under review 2016-17, approximately 2.1 million serious crime counts were recorded, of which 1738980 were community-reported serious crimes. The latter decreased by 1.8% compared to the 2015-16 financial year. This decrease was driven mainly by a reduction in all the broad crime categories, namely contact-related crime, 3.3%, contact crime, 2.4%, other serious crime, 2.0%, and property-related crime, 0.5%. The contact crime experienced a reversal from 1.0% increase recorded during the preceding financial year. Contact crime decreased by 2.4% in 2016-17. The decrease followed upon increases during the preceding 2 financial years. The decrease during 2016-17 resulted in the figure for the 17 community-reported crimes decreasing to a level lower than 3 years previously when the figure started to increase. Contact-related crime decreased by 3.3%, following upon a decrease. Property-related crime experienced a decrease of 0.5% in 2016-17. This follows upon decreases of 1.8% and 0.8% respectively during the 2 preceding financial years. Other serious crime decreased by 2.0% in 2016-17, following upon decreases of 4.1% in 2015-16 and 2.2% during 2014-15%. The crimes that are considered as indicators of the effectiveness of police activities, these are crimes detected as a result of police action, experienced a reversal from a decrease of 0.3% in the preceding financial year to an increase of 9.6%. This increase is too small and are indicative of the lazy efforts by our police to detect such crime in order to make South Africa a safer place to live in. Police in this instance are letting our people down, and I'm here to stop it. Gauteng, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and Western Cape must have increased police action. When there is an increase in this set of numbers, police action policing, it indicates more police work having taken place. We continue to do less. Yeah, we need to stop, initiate, and innovate. We have cash in transit crimes going up. On the other hand, the financial institutions are not investing properly in the high assets in transit. The armored vehicles we see on our roads do not compare with serious armed vehicles we see in Europe in particular. SABRICs and banks must invest more in proper equipment and inform subs of high-value cargo well in time for planning. Internal hiring in these companies must accompany deeper security vetting and continual lie detector tests and other methods. Banks must return the die that assisted in the slowing down the cash in transit crimes. Rendering the money useless is important. I'm told that banks stop using the orange die because of costs. This is not acceptable. Efforts to deal with the high levels of crime in the country continued to find further expression in several practical initiatives such as Operation Festive Season, Operation Paseka, Operation Fiela, and Operation Coastal Dragon. Successes achieved in this way should not only serve to encourage members of the service in the performance of their duties, but also motivate members of the public to become positively involved in efforts to eradicate crime. I do wish to emphasize the words, the public must be positively involved in efforts to eradicate crime. Honorable members, crime should be addressed by all of us as an issue of national interest and priority. We must not score political points over these issues and thus lose focus while criminals laugh at us as elected leaders of society. Where we are failing, we expect to be held accountable. But we must understand that our engagement is defined as national interest, because to bring down crime in our country is in our national interest, irrespective of our political affiliation. And we don't need favors where we are failing in relation to our duties. Crime knows no race, no creed, no religion, and certainly no social strata. The Deputy Minister Mkong is not here because he has lost his nephew, Andile, from a knife attack in Khayelitsha. We have ministers in this parliament and ordinary citizens who have buried their own children due to violent crime. We interact and meet many victims and their families. South Africa cannot continue this way. We must ask whether we have accepted to live side by side with violent criminals. Is criminality a South African citizen itself? Our answer must be an emphatic and a radical no. We must deal with crime in a radical and energetic way. Our language must be clear and understood. Let me remind you of what our former President Nelson Mandela taught us. He said, I quote, "If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart, close quote. When I send a message to these violent criminals that bazau come about pools, I seriously mean it. And I'm communicating in the language that these violent men who rape and murder will understand. This may be isiZulu, and let me translate it into English. I quote, violent criminals will receive a proportional response to what they dish out, close quote. When women marched to the union buildings in 1956 said, Watinta bafazi, watinta mbogodo, you will be crushed. They were communicating in a language that the violent criminal apartheid government will understand. Today, I'm saying to criminal gangs, Nilubambe lingashoni, we're coming for you. Enough is enough. Honorable members, this is not just talk. We are strengthening our capacity. We are appointing strategic thinkers in police management and stabilizing our crime intelligence division to enable intelligence-led crime prevention and policing. It is against that background that we intend to close gaps in terms of leadership of the police. We want, before end of the year, to have appointed a new permanent national commissioner of police, which the president will announce and appoint. We want to fill the vacancy of the acting position of DPCI and all other vacancies that are there, including crime intelligence, permissible to us. That should have happened long time ago if we're not faced with litigation challenges. The environment we operate in requires leadership, and South African Police Service need leadership and stabilized leadership in order for us to succeed. We have relaunched specialized units to focus on drugs, rape, violent threats, and violent criminals. We are enhancing our technological capacity to match the evolved digital technology arena. Importantly, I have directed police to focus on crime modus operandi to cap the multiplier effect of crime. We are working with our partner departments to make sure that correctional service does not let criminals who are in our pending system out. We are working with NPA to make sure our dockets are speedily court ready. We are working with NPA to make sure we together vigorously oppose bail applications on rape and other high category crimes. We will focus on prisons to make sure this repeat offender phenomenon ends. Social development and human settlement are working with us to deliver safety to the vulnerable. Our approach is multi-pronged and extends to making sure there is adequate victim support and reduction of barriers to reporting crime. Our 6-point plan is being auctioned in this regard. As Minister, I've set out to deliver a police service which is professional, courteous, understand constitutional democracy policing, and important, I've directed that our approach should be that of de-escalation policing. Upon getting these statistics, the President has demanded that we stop lamenting about the contributing factors to crime, and he has instructed that we return back to him immediately with a plan and proposals on how we intend dealing with the issue of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and firearms. Minister of Health informed me that we are the 10th most drunkard nation in the world, with a population of 56 million and growing. This is a serious worry, and indeed, we locate alcohol in the overwhelming number of crimes and violent crimes. Indeed, crimes like carjackings today end up being cross-border crimes, where our people's cars are being freely driven in Mozambique to Lesotho and beyond. Yes, we have a 1.8% drop in crime. I do not feel it, and our people do not feel it, and they are not incorrect. We have a drop in sexual violence, but we have no more and more pictures, but we have more and more pictures of our women going missing. People must feel the drop in crime where they live. We have no time to waste time. We are still on the road towards safe communities. SAPs have an acute lack of ensuring that we've got leadership from station level upward. Our station level, at the level of police stations, must ensure that we are felt in the different communities where we live. As we go around our country, in the townships where we live. We visit police stations across the length and breadth. The message is one: lack of service, and lack of caring. And our people are crying for caring from our police force. Our police force is working under tremendous pressure. They need to be directed. They need leadership. We know that we don't have the numbers on the ground that are required. Our numbers are decreasing. The population is growing. But we need smart policing. We need leadership that is able to direct policing in the most smart and effective way with the numbers that we have at our disposal. We need to keep everybody in check and ensure maximum discipline and proper deployment. If you are not in check in any work in station or work environment, you do as you wish. The morale goes down. And that is what we need to change. And we're going to change it going forward, because we've got men and women in the police force who are ready to accomplish that mission. Yes, we must admit before this committee, as we present the statistics, the question of chop and change in the leadership of police, from Pegitele to Ria Pierre to appointees on temporary basis, has affected the focus and direction of the police. We must not tell a lie. We must not claim easy victories. We must put it as it is, so that we are able to self-correct in what we do. Our intentions of ensuring that there is stability, there is leadership, is to hold people accountable, is to give direction to our police force on the ground who are crying for leadership. We need to look at our top-heavy leadership structure at head office and to see who's who and who's doing what in terms of our human resource, and people must be deployed accordingly. It is my intention, as I've directed already, nobody in the police force at the top management level and all levels must find themselves running around aimlessly without a job description. And that starts with the top management. But Tupeli was just an invent. It is not something management truly bothers with. Police stations and 10,111 are the places at which service delivery begins. Police must treat our people courteously and with sensitivity. We agree with our people that much needs to be done to improve our front office services. The hashtag My Police Station campaign came about as a result of people being treated badly in police stations. Police treat our people as nuisance. Let me be clear, our people do pay for your living, and they are your clients and customer as policemen. Crime is generally down, but when you zoom into the numbers, we have a big problem where violent crime is going up, and there is no time to hide this. Our police are working under tremendous situations, but are not led properly at times. Management must have strategic capacity, or else we have accepted living with criminals as a part of a lifestyle. Chairperson, I now wish to invite Lieutenant General Mutiba and his team to present the 2016-17 National Crime Statistics. Thank you very much.